to speed on everything we've missed. Of course, there's some updates. Dirk. There's some updates on Diddy. There's some updates on Meek Millie. There's some updates on PNB Rock. We're actually going to start with that, to be honest, because this is kind of super revealing. And actually, you guys know what we're going to be talking about. Just stay tuned. If you're at work, listen. Cut me on when it's break time, or put me in one ear. If you're driving a truck, hopefully I could get you through your shift, or you're driving cross country or Amazon. Do your thing. I appreciate you guys listening. Okay, first and foremost, we're gonna start off kind of hot with this whole like PNB Rock situation. Now, let me tell you, like, LA court system is kind of like odd, and we're finding out new information today that should have been known but wasn't known because it's weird in LA court. And I'm gonna explain why, right? So PNB Rock, everybody knows, when did PNB Rock die? PNB Rock. He died on September 12th, 2022. By the way, a month, or actually 2 weeks actually, after Lil Pab died, right? And what you find out is that in a lot of these cases that includes like these felonious type of charges, LA isn't that open with all their court documents, okay? They might list a complaint on a civil end, but it's kind of hard getting a lot of details that you normally get from, especially like compared to like Florida, Georgia, Texas. Those states are pretty open with, like, letting people easily access the information because these are public court proceedings. But when it comes to LA and California specifically, it's much more guarded. So, for example, you're not going to see, it's rare, very rare that you see a televised court proceeding in California. It's usually not televised, right? Which means a lot of times you miss some of the details that go down, details of some of the nuanced things that would help you understand a crime. For example, it would have been very helpful to watch Nipsey Hussle's criminal proceeding for the killer, because it could tell us exactly, or we could have got a good understanding of maybe beefs or problems that led to this moment of Nipsey just getting killed in front of his own store. So I say that to tell y'all, a lot of times when it comes to these cases in LA, and the one exception obviously is Tory Lanez, because that was such a big thing. They still said no cameras, but there was so many reporters and like people within the culture that went to the hearing. The DAs were constantly almost damn near doing press conferences or putting stuff out to the media. We found out a lot about the Tory Lanez case, which was in LA. But when it came to PNB Rock, remember, it's not like a famous guy that got that. By the way, not only PNB Rock, but Pop Smoke. Their cases, we don't know too much. We kind of know about what's being reported on the media from what initially happened, and then we usually at some point get to the point where there is a verdict. And usually they do hold the people who killed these guys accountable. Now, what's came out recently is a broader understanding of exactly what went down with PNB Rock. And if you don't know the whole story, PNB Rock went on a date, little lunch date with his girl, lunch or dinner date with his girl to a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Now, notoriously, a lot of people know Roscoe's and Chicken and Waffles. That's that's the hood spot. You know what I mean? But, there are certain places, if you look in and around the LA area, there are some spots that aren't in, let me just say, as worse neighborhoods. And you could possibly foresee somebody who is a celebrity or who has a high net worth going there to dine because the food is historic, okay? I've been there. Obviously, that was like 2017. Come on. I mean, everybody goes there kind of like you've heard about Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, right? Cool. All right. We now find out a bunch of more information that came out via, there's this group that basically did some more reporting, and they also did all the legwork to get the stuff that we need, right? Another tip to all y'all, the reason why when stuff happens in LA, we don't see most of it, I just told you the court stuff, they're not that open. But even with like body camera footage, like they're really tight on it. And most things you have to request in person. Sometimes you even have to get the judge to approve on. While, say like in Florida, you don't even have to get near a judge. You just have to put a request in and you get it. So this is why we don't get these things. However, it appears that this group has gotten all the stuff for PNB Rock. So PNB Rock goes to the store. This Goes to this restaurant. Apparently, within an hour or so of him being there, someone comes to rob him. They wanted to rob him for supposedly he was wearing $1 million in jewelry. And he said, nah, I ain't getting it. And when he said no, the guy shot him. Now, we didn't know this at the time, but we got to learn later on once the police released their, narrative of the events. It was a 17-year-old kid that tried to rob him, and the kid shot him when he declined. Obviously, social media took the angle to say, I think his baby mama lying to him. She, like many women, and it's a very bad habit of women, like, we know you have a man. Relax. You don't need to show every time you're having a meal, okay? They put up on social media, this is what I'm eating, this is where I'm at, date time, really trying to stun on other women, which if you know anything about just how hood niggas move around, the easiest way to find out a man's location is to find out what woman they're around, because those women are usually dropping all type of breadcrumbs to lead you directly to that man. You get what I'm saying? Some people thought it was her, and people was like, how did they know that this guy was going to be there? And we later found out that it was a family. It was the Trone family, PNB Rock. It was literally, this is the father, and the son, they wouldn't show the son because the son was 17. By the way, the son, I believe, was sentenced to juvenile life, which means, and so the dad got 30 years. The son got, I believe, let me see. The son, okay, actually, there's a press release. The son didn't get too much. I think he only got juvenile life, which means he's going to be out in 26. Okay, now, we also heard about a third defendant, right? Tremont Jones, and we didn't know who that was, but we're going to get into who that was, and we're going to get into a lot more information about that particular case, okay? So, yeah. Give me one second. All right, yeah. So he's convicted. He's doing 30, and let me just pull up what the son got. I think he's a junior, so I think it's Freddie Lee Trone son sentence. He got 30, and then his son, what did his son get? His son got like something really light. Really, really light. Now, obviously, I've spoken on this before. The reason why you have 16, 17-year-olds and 15-year-olds doing a lot of these crimes, they know even if they kill someone, the laws on the books in certain state is going to say that it's unlawful to punish them like an adult, which means even though they take someone's life, you can't punish them by giving them life in prison. You kind of you could give them juvenile life, and juvenile, that sentence ends at like 23 or something like that. Let me just see if I can find the son. All right, the father's got convicted to 31 years. And hold on. By the way, hold on. Let me see. Where did the son get convicted to? Does anyone know? Yeah, it's a reason why, I don't try to get political and nothing like that. That's why we gotta be happy Trump back up in the office, man. Really, it's democratic rule, period. Like, Democrats treat children or treat people that are minors like, even if they kill somebody, they're just a child. You know what I mean? Which I'm vehemently against, right? Murder is murder. I don't give a fuck who did it, right? And to me, a 16-year-old being able to make that decision of, I'm going to take a life, versus an 18-year-old, I don't see the difference. So I think they both should, throw the book at them. But, in certain of these places, they treat people with baby gloves. Okay, yeah, the father got convicted. What is this? Okay. Jury finds man guilty of, I'm trying to find what he got. Yeah, they're not going to do too much reporting on it because the dude was 17, even though he's over 17 now. Does anybody know what he got convicted of? Or what's his name? Okay, we're going to watch a video anyway, so we're going to figure it out. I believe it's like 6 years. Like just like the underage kid in the Pop Smoke shooting, they give him like 6 years, like, which is ridiculous, right? If I'm somebody who's up to some bullshit, and especially this is why gangs exist, right? You know, obviously this was a gang situation, but if you realize there's laws on the books that say if you're over 18 and you kill someone, you do 30 years, 40 years, 50 years life. But if you recruit somebody who you could indoctrinate via a gang or something else, in this case, it's just a father and a son, you let the YNs, you let them do the crime, right? You let them do the killings, the shootings, the robberies, because the max they'll get is 6 years. It kind of makes sense, right? So that's a big loophole that's in the system. However, 3 people involved. The Tremont. Let me look at it. Tremont Jones, PNB Rock. We didn't know who he was at the time, but he was sentenced, I believe, to 12 years. Let me see. Yeah, he was sentenced to 12 years on several robbery charges. Okay. Now, I say that to say, and just give me 1 second, let me pull up this documentary. There's a new kind of like mini documentary. It's about like 25 minutes in length, so you guys are gonna have to like bear with me a bit. But we're gonna get through this. It's gonna give us a lot of very valuable information, right? And essentially, here it is. So there's a true crime series that kind of went and did all the work to give us body cam and also the moments we missed. Including some very unfortunate moments, like, for example, the moments when the girlfriend found out that PNB Rock had passed away. So let's start watching this a bit, all right?
Special edition of True Crime News. He was a rising hip-hop star from Philadelphia who performed with Ed Sheeran and told police...
Okay. I don't want to get to...
Before seeing surveillance video of the crime as it unfolded, the father and son suspects trying to cover their tracks. Was it pre-planned or a robbery gone wrong? I sit down with the lead prosecutor to get exclusive news.
Wow, the prosecutor was involved? Usually sometimes prosecutors, they'll give a statement, but they won't do too much with interviews for like media.
Details.
He sets it on fire blocks away from his residence and walks back home.
What PNB Rock's fiance, the mother of his daughter, told police after he was murdered right in front of her.
He was alright.
And there's finally justice for PNB Rock. Your daily source for true crime starts right now. Shot and killed while having lunch with his fiance here in Los Angeles. Today, True Crime News has exclusive, never before seen videos and interviews that shed new light on what really happened that day. A camera lens is trained on a restaurant parking lot and also inside. This footage recording in real time a major heist and murder about to go down. A spontaneous stop at an iconic Los Angeles restaurant collides with gold, greed, and bullets, ending in carnage and one of the East Coast rising rap stars lying in a pool of blood.
He was a guest in our community and was gunned down by a cowardly act.
He was PNB Rock, a Philadelphia rapper with a loyal following and a taste for extravagance. His real name was Rakim Allen, but he fashioned his stage name after the streets where he grew up.
PNB Rock was paying homage to his neighborhood, and Pastorius and Bainton was the areas of the streets in which he lived on. So he came up with the name PNB Rock.
Featured in major music magazines like Rolling Stone's 10 New Artists You Need to Know and XXL's freshman class of 2017.
As an artist, he straddled the fence between R&B and rap, and that's something that a lot of people couldn't do.
R&B historian Tyrone Dubois says...
Okay, I'm going to try to get to the incident, actually, okay? I'm not trying to skip through, but, you know, you guys can watch the whole thing in full there.
His brother's death on X, sharing, "It ain't right." But he'd push past the grief and pain through music.
He started off selling out of his trunk and then becoming noticed and observed.
PNB landed a record deal and launched hit songs like Issues, which showcases his love of expensive jewelry. As the money poured in, the rapper often showed off the rewards by posting to social media, mostly highlighting his love for expensive jewelry.
No PNB on top. Yeah.
A love that would ultimately cost him his life.
That's Thursday.
Not for bragging, but for, you know, celebrating yourself, celebrating your wealth, celebrating the success that you've made in the industry, which I do believe made him an instant target at that particular time.
It was September 12th, 2022. PNB Rock and his fiancée, Stephanie Sibanhung, who is the mother of his daughter, stop at the iconic Roscoe's in South LA.
He had 2 watches, several chains, rings on his fingers, and these are not just costume jewelry. Chains that, you know, do gain attention.
For those who may not know, where they chose to eat is not a celebrity haunt. This is where you go when you want to fly under the radar.
Absolutely. I said, quite frankly, $500,000 reasons, $500,000 worth of reasons to come and take advantage of this young man.
PNB Rock and Stephanie had been partners for years, visiting LA for a business meeting and to celebrate an engagement party for fellow rap star T Grizzly, where the partiers compared their assets on social media posts.
Come on, man. AP's rollies. Yeah.
But PNB Rock and Stephanie dressed down to head to Roscoe's, and Stephanie had raised concerns about him wearing so much jewelry in a restaurant. He declined, telling her it's in God's hands. This surveillance footage shows PNB Rock and Stephanie walking in. It's lunchtime, 12:28 p.m. As they wait, a man seated to the right fist bumps the rapper, but the couple is quickly taken to a table. The waitress can later be seen bringing their food. Stephanie posts a photo of their meal to Instagram, geotagging the restaurant's South LA location.
Now, real quick, and I'll just point this out.
Their meal to Instagram.
Now, I do think a lot of people owe his girlfriend, Stephanie, an apology. It's clear that she wasn't the person that was responsible for the chain of events that led to his death. But I don't think anyone should apologize for chastising, and not necessarily her, but chastising the habit of women, men, or anybody else when you go out with someone who is known posting locations. We just got to be honest. So it's not her fault for this situation, but to be honest, this habit of I have to show y'all where I'm at and what I'm eating is something that's very pervasive among certain people, and that shit cannot be co-signed. It cannot be co-signed. It's like, I'm telling you, the best way to find a nigga is to find the girl he's fucking. So that's just something where, yes, we shouldn't blame her for his death because that had nothing to do with it. But that behavior of posting your location when you know who you're with, that's not cool neither. We just got to point that out. And both things could be true.
Geotagging the restaurant's South LA location. But what they don't know, outside in the parking lot, a plot is being hatched to rob the rapper of the $500,000 in jewelry that he's wearing.
Although it was 12:30, I think this was like a Tuesday. This was not a day that you would think that you need to keep your head on the swivel or be alert to crime or someone trying to jack me, rob me, steal from me.
But at 1:16 p.m., a gunman walks inside ready to score.
There was some sort of verbal exchange at this point.
At 1:17 p.m., the unarmed security guard notices the commotion and flees. Seconds later, PNB Rock is shot. His fiancée, Stephanie, restaurant patrons, and employees watch in horror. Others flee. 1:22 p.m. LAPD officers arrive on the scene within 5 minutes. They attempt to...
Oh my God, you can kind of see here that they kind of put little filters over it, but there's a lot of blood. You could tell like he's shot. He's kind of probably like moving around kind of queasy because probably can't breathe. Probably, I forgot where he got shot at. They're probably going to tell us, but there's a lot of blood on the ground. So by the time police get there, this is a body cam. By the time police get there, there's a lot of blood already there.
Save the rapper, who is still breathing. 3 bullets have ripped through his chest and back. The crime scene, a mix of blood, jewels, and the gun PNB Rock had stored in his belt, resting on the table.
Now, this is info we didn't know. PNB Rock had a gun himself. And when you now know that, because we're trying to reconstruct what probably happened, and I know some of y'all hood mans in here act like y'all did millions of robberies or got robbed a million times, but I'm just thinking logically here. We know that the guy, the young kid, comes in. You see how he's walking with like intention, like, yo, he clearly knows exactly where he's at. You know, they don't show it to see if someone kind of goes in to look to make sure they know where he's sitting at. So he walks square in and he's almost pulling already. And he's pointing the gun at them saying, yo, give it. Let me go back a little bit to show. Okay. So this is the front door camera right here, right? Okay. Okay. So this is the front of the place, right? He goes to sit right here. Y'all can see it right here. Y'all see my mouse? He goes to sit right here. This is the front door, right? The guy who comes in later, he's not looking around to see where they at. He knows exactly where they're at, right? Okay, next thing. You see when PNB Rock walks in. And by the way, this is another thing I was trying to tell you. Again, we all owe his fiance, and I empathize with her grief. We owe her an apology for even insinuating that maybe that location being posted has something to do with his death. However, as I keep saying, we will never, us as men, I don't know if you guys ever been in a place where your head got to be on a swivel. I don't like going out. When I go out with women, I like to have security because you can't do both. You can't keep your head on a swivel and have fun with her. She want all your attention. If you just sitting at a table looking around like, yo, wait, who that over there? Like, if you doing that, first of all, you look pussy. Number 2, like, she wants you to be all eyes on her because women lack awareness. I'm going to give you a case in point. Again, we're not blaming this woman, but this is exactly why the idea of you posting a location, whether it's the reason why something happens or not, is bad. When PNB Rock walks in, she's looking at this guy who, I don't know if he's like a security guard there and this maybe some type of server or something like that. PNB Rock is automatically noticing everything else going on around. He notices a guy who probably, listen, I've seen this a million times. When you start to get a little popular, you learn about the double take. When you walk somewhere and somebody hits you with a double take, their mind just said, wait, ain't that so-and-so? So now you don't know if that person likes you, hates you. He been tweeting at you for 2 years saying when I see him, I'm going to kill him. So you have to be very cognizant of it. I guarantee his girl, none of that's on her mind. No disrespect to her. She's just there. PNB notices him. The guy probably says something. You're going to see him go for the fist bump. His girl is oblivious to this. She don't give a fuck. She's just thinking, I'm about to have dinner. I'm about to have lunch with Bae. I'm about to post it on my gram. These bitches be like, yo, this is really important, right? Look, he does this to somebody else. She doesn't look the nigga direction. I'm just talking about having your head on a swivel here, people. She's on her phone. She's just thinking, okay, what am I going to get off the menu? He's already has to be so much on point. That's another reason why I don't like going out with women if I have to be drunk. You need somebody to watch it back because the woman definitely going to lead you to your death, right? Again, I'm not saying this woman did anything. I don't think she did anything. But we're talking about the precautions that probably were almost instinctual for PNB Rock that she probably didn't, think about at the time. And that's kind of normal for women, right? So he daps this guy. You're going to later, or he pounds this guy. You're going to later realize that this is a guy who allegedly is the guy who gives the drop up, right? So cool. That happened.
Quickly taken to a table.
They bring him over here, right?
The waitress can later be seen bringing their food. Stephanie posts a photo of their meal to Instagram, geotagging the restaurant's South LA location. But what they don't know, outside in the parking lot, a plot is being hatched to rob the rapper of the $500,000 in jewelry that he's wearing.
Although it was 12:30, I think this was like a Tuesday. This was not a day that you would think that you need to keep your head on the swivel or be alert to crime or someone trying to jack me, rob me, steal from me.
But at 1:16 p.m., a gunman walks inside.
No, somebody says it was no robbery. Dude shot him because he was scared. This is what I was trying to tell y'all. Okay, yeah, I kind of cut myself short. Okay, his head is on a swivel already. Now, this happens a lot. This happens a lot. I hire security, and I like hiring security when I go out. I got a concealed carry. I could damn near carry in every state. Also, a lot of times, if you see me, I do have a gun. I'll tell everybody that now. I do have a gun. I'm licensed to carry, brother. That doesn't mean you're completely protected or Teflon. You get what I'm saying? Again, it's a line of defense, hopefully self-defense, but now you're eating with your lady. You're focused on her. And also, it goes by your demeanor, right? Let's look at the logistics. He got the gun kind of tucked here. The dude who is a 17-year-old kid, he's a little bit nervous, I would imagine, comes to rob him. I don't know if he gives the chain up or he says no. But now that I hear that he has a gun, and this is the other side of having a gun, right? When you have a gun, maybe you trying to reach for the gun will get you shot. Let's be honest, right? Because when you're going to hear later how quickly the kid shot him. It seems like he almost like verbally said, fuck out of here, I'm not giving it to you. And as soon as that happened, and he may have reached, the dude shot him. So I do want to, for us legal people who carry guns, it is a good thing to have a gun, but you also have to realize that could get you shot, right? You think, oh, I got a gun, I'm going to just reach and go get it. Yeah, nobody going to sit there and let you reach and get your gun. You know what I'm saying? So, again, that's the context of them saying they found a gun on PNB Rock, because there's some people who feel I'm not lacking, which means I'm untouchable or I won't die. That don't mean that at all, right?
Ready to score.
There was some sort of verbal exchange at this point.
At 1-7.
Yeah, look at how he's walking up, right? Look at how he's walking up.
Score.
There was some sort of verbal exchange at this point.
At 1-7.
It looks like his hand's stretched out already, right? Like he's already like trying to say, yo, give me the shit now. So he's walking here. Now, give me 1 second. I wish they released the raw body cam footage, but I think I got it. I think this is PNB Rock. I think this is Lady. You can't really see it too well. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this. I'm going to tell you why I say this. And chat, I'm so much playing Monday morning quarterback. Please don't think I'm MacGyver. Don't think I'm that nigga who say, they got a gun pointed to your head, just like do this and do that. I'm not that person. Don't think I'm like, well, what's the other nigga from Taken? I'm not saying none of that, right? I'm not saying none of that. So I do want to say all my commentary here is just kind of analyzing what we see in post, but I can't really tell. I'm not saying I would have done anything different either, right?
PM.
Okay, here we go.
As they wait, a man seated to the right.
Okay, cool. So he sees the guy.
Fist bumps the rapper, but the couple is quickly taken to a table.
All right, now this is important. This is important right here.
Waitress can later be seen bringing their food. Stephanie posts a photo of their meal.
Okay, now the reason why I paused it here and I was trying to see, I can't see though, right? This is really grainy. I can't really see what's what. I'm gonna tell you why. Because again, we are Monday morning quarterbacking it. We're not saying nobody's wrong or like PNB is wrong or how we reacted or whatever, but let's think about when the guy comes up. Now, you've been in a restaurant. you're in a little booth thing, and you have one chair, a table, then the other chair. If the guy comes this way, he came over PNB's shoulder, so PNB is already blindsided. Do you get what I'm saying? As opposed to if PNB is on the other side, he would see anybody walking up from the door. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, that could matter a lot, too. That could matter a lot in terms of you kind of seeing somebody, like, you know, like, it's just peripheral vision, just kind of having, like, yo, that nigga look a little weird. He coming in here, he frantic, he whatever. Now he pulling. Now you might just be like, what the fuck? As opposed to somebody just walk over your shoulder, and now you're looking up like, what the fuck? Now, I know some people specifically, when they go to restaurants, and I kind of like that too, I like to sit where I can see the door. You got to want to see the door. See who come in, who going out. You know what I mean? My back to the wall, know where the exit's at, or like a back place you can run. And then you want to be able to see the door. Now, again, that sounds mad tactical because you're just going out to eat with your girl. And trust me, your girl ain't thinking about a fucking thing. You know what she probably thinking? We argued 2 nights ago. This is you trying to make it right. Yeah, get your bitch ass up in here and eat dinner with me or lunch with me to make me feel good type shit. Because for whatever reason, women just love shit like this to make them feel good, okay? Trust me. A nigga will order DoorDash till it... That's me. Till they die. I've never seen a nigga be like, let's just go to Carbone. Fuck no. They do it to impress. You know what I mean? We all do it to impress. It's all good.
Meal to Instagram, geotagging the restaurant's South LA location. But what they don't know, outside in the parking lot, a plot is being hatched to
Okay.
rob the rapper of the $500,000 in jewelry that he's wearing.
Although it was 12:30, I think this was like a Tuesday. This was not a day that you would think that you need to keep your head on the swivel or be alert to crime or someone trying to jack me, rob me, steal from me.
But at 1:16 p.m., a gunman...
Yeah, you can see how he's walking, right? You can see how that boy walking.
...walks inside, ready to score.
Also, another thing, I know I'm like, chat, I can't help it, bro. It's the cop in me. And I'm like, let's relax. It's a joke. You know, I analyze things extra heavy. Niggas we know, if you see a nigga walk in and he holding his pocket or holding like around his crotch, you think he got a gun, right? And they don't show the bigger picture of him or the bigger video of him walking in, the kid. But look.
Or be alert to crime or someone
you're going to see. He looks like he's holding some shit. Look.
To jack me, rob me, steal from me.
But it was...
Look, see? Yeah, you can tell. He got it. Yeah, you can tell. Somebody already holding. Somebody said that's that YN walk. Yeah, you're damn right. Well, first of all, and that's another thing too. So 2022, are we almost out of COVID? We're like almost out of COVID. We're almost out of COVID, but I ain't gonna lie, that walk, you know what? You know why this walk is very emblematic? Half of these niggas don't have belts on. Okay? They sagging like a motherfucker, and then if you put a gun now in their waistband or their pocket, that sags the pants down even more. So they trying to hold it, and usually there's one in the head, so they trying to hold it in a way that they don't shoot themselves. You get what I'm saying? So
16 p.m.
Yeah, you can see.
A gunman walks inside ready to score.
And then he pulls out, okay.
There was some sort of verbal exchange at this point.
At 1:17 p.m., the unarmed security guard notices the commotion.
Wait, what the fuck? This was the security... Yo, what's the point of... Yo, with all due respect, I'm not trying to get on no Trump shit, Andrew Tate shit or nothing, but I'll be going to my bank and I see... Well, actually, no. Not in my area, because there ain't no security in my area. You don't do this type of shit where I live at. But where I used to live at a part of New Jersey that I remember I went there, like... I remember even going there, I'm like, yo, niggas robbed the bank. I'm like, I didn't even know bank robberies were still a thing. Anyway, they put a security there, okay? They put a security there. My nigga, they got a chick in just an outfit. And I'm looking, I'm like, they got mace, a whistle. Nigga, this shit is Friday After Next. This shit is crazy. What the fuck is this? Yo, what's the point of a security if they don't got a gun? What do you think, somebody's gonna make a finger gun to rob this place? You think people gonna make a monkey face? No, nigga. You better have a gun. What the hell? The security ran, bruh.
Keep your head on the swivel or be alert to crime or someone trying to jack me, rob me, steal from me.
But at 1:16 p.m., a gunman walks inside ready to score.
There was some.
Now look at this. Sorry.
At 1:16 p.m., a
Right here.
gunman
Hold on.
walks inside
Oh my God.
ready to score.
Look, the gunman walks right past the security. The security's sitting here with his feet crossed. First of all, if the security got his feet crossed, that's a fucking problem. You don't got no gun and you got your feet crossed. You must think shit is sweet. It's not like he got the itis. It's 1:16. He may have just ate. He's just chilling here. First of all, this is the bullshit that some of these hood spots do. If the security is in like one of them vests that's meant for distress in the road, this shit ain't meant for no security guard. You don't even got a shirt that says security. You don't got like a standard black shirt that says security. You just got like one of them vests that look like you're doing road work. Oh, hell no. So anyway, he walks right past the security.
There was some sort of verbal exchange at this point.
At 1:17
Look how he turned around.
p.m.
Look, yo, he don't even get up and be like, let me try to secure. Look, he heads straight for the door.
The unarmed security guard noticed.
Oh my God. Oh, looked like a shot got fired really quickly. Oh no, that's important, Chad. I know, I'm butchering the fuck out of this video. I'm gonna tell you why that's important. If that video played in real time and it shows he walks up and in 5 seconds he pulls the trigger, it appears that, if you're asking me, PNB started to reach. Must have. Had to start to reach. Had to. Because you're not even giving the nigga a chance to give you the shit. Or to, all right, cool. Say he say no and you try to intimidate him more, just pop, like instantly, right? Yeah, so the security heard a bullet, and if it's that quick, it must be that PNB started to reach.
I think this was like a Tuesday. This was not a day that you would think that you need to keep your head.
Either that or it's a hit, right? But we're going to imagine that it's just not a hit because the dude does take the chains.
On the swivel or be alert to crime or someone trying to jack me, rob me, steal from me.
But at 1:16 p.m., a gunman walks inside ready to score.
There was some sort of verbal exchange at this point.
At 1:17 p.m., the unarmed security guard notices the commotion and flees. Seconds later, PNB Rock is shot. His fiancée, Stephanie, restaurant patrons, and employees watch in horror. Others flee. 1:22 p.m., LAPD officers arrive on the scene within.
Wow, okay. 5 minutes they got there.
In 5 minutes, they attempt to save the rapper, who is still breathing. 3 bullets have ripped through his chest and back. The crime scene, a mix of blood, jewels, and the gun PNB Rock had stored in his belt, resting on the table. Standing in the doorway of Roscoe's, a traumatized Stephanie carries her phone, but as she runs to join PNB Rock in the ambulance, LAPD officers escort her to their car. Stephanie is soon at headquarters answering questions.
Just want to know if he's hungry.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you, and somebody pointed this out to me. Yeah, by the way, let me say if I could, you know who I was talking to? I'll get him on here. I guess AJ, I didn't want to watch this until I got on stream. AJ watches, so like I'm in the Discord, and last night the nigga comes in and kind of spoils a lot for me. Yo, AJ, is AJ around? I know he's around somewhere. Let me get him in here. Because I remember he brought this point up to me. What the fuck? Is that AJ on? Somebody just add AJ in Discord and tell him to join my channel. Anyway. I remember he said to me last night, he said, this was very cold of the LAPD. They wouldn't let the girlfriend ride with her man, her baby father, fiance really, to the hospital. They essentially just they've just dragged her to get interrogated. And they're like, you could interrogate her later. And at first I was like, nah, maybe they thought she's involved, this and third. And I'm like, actually, there's no way they thought she's involved, right? I thought this was rather cold. Like, they should have allowed her to go to the hospital at least initially, even if I get it, they want to ask her some questions like, hey, y'all had beef with nobody? Hey, did anyone threaten y'all recently? But to have her hold up in a interrogation room when the father of her child, her fiance, is potentially fighting for his life, it's absolutely cruel. I do think it's cruel. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. Can we call the hospital to see if he's okay?
And she's in an interrogation room basically saying, hey, yo, could y'all call the hospital to see if he's okay? And, like, I could imagine they're just trying to ask questions. Yeah, that's kind of cold. Yeah, that's definitely kind of cold.
We're back now with more of our exclusive
Seemingly, they were treating her like, maybe like a suspect more than anything.
investigation into the murder of Philadelphia rapper PNB Rock.
Yeah, she's a witness, chat. I get it. And that's what my initial thought was. Yes, she is a witness. But then you think about the humanity side of it. It's not like she's going anywhere, right? If anything, like maybe, you know, she can't be in the actual ambulance vehicle, but bring her to the hospital and then interrogate. You can interrogate her later. That's what I'm thinking, right? Especially if she's a witness and not a suspect.
LAPD is on scene at Roscoe's in South LA, where bullets had been flying just minutes before.
No.
Philadelphia rapper PNB Rock has been shot 3 times and is barely holding on, as seen in exclusive footage obtained by True Crime News.
Wow.
Officers pull the rapper's distraught fiancée back as she appears to reach for an item on the floor, later revealed to be PNB's diamond pendant from his necklace. As cops work the scene, word quickly spreads. PNB Rock was dead, and the questions begin.
A murder occurred following a posting on Instagram or social media. The posting of that may have led to these individuals learning where he was at.
Social media users immediately start blaming Stephanie's geotagged Instagram post showing her meal.
By the way, it's also, you know, it's also natural for people to come to that conclusion. Not only did reports kind of like mention that posting, but we think about the Pop Smoke situation, which a lot of people thought that, oh, his location was given up by him posting a bag or a receipt from a store that had the Airbnb was staying at, right? Remember, this is also LA crime that's being done to a non-LA person, and this is why they're thinking like that, right?
It's my fault. Oh my God.
Stephanie blames herself, as seen in this police interview video hours after the murder.
Wanna sit down and eat? I said, yeah. It was low key, there wasn't no one in there. When me posting the chicken and the waffles.
This is unfortunately happening way too often.
Just 2 years earlier, New York rapper Pop Smoke was robbed and killed in the Hollywood Hills after thieves learned his location from a social media post. Nicki Minaj posting on X, after Pop Smoke, there's no way we as rappers or our loved ones are still posting locations to our whereabouts.
Stephanie, I wouldn't sit here and blame yourself. You guys did wrong too. That's a lot of jewelry on.
Yeah, I told him to take it off.
As Stephanie replays the tragic moments for cops, she is pleading to understand what happened to PNB.
My text messages, everybody's saying sorry for your loss. What is the media saying? Is he okay?
Nearly a minute passes.
I'm sorry.
He passed away.
He did.
Wow. Now, by the way, very sentimental moment, and I don't want to, kind of ruin it by saying what I'm going to say, but it might. Oh, no, she told that nigga to take the jewelry off. They were both dripping, bro. You know what I mean? She had chrome heart pants on, a nice, she got an expensive purse. She had on some jewelry, maybe as not as much. I don't know if she's saying, babe, take that off. But okay, she might have. You never know. Still not her fault, clearly.
Are you serious?
Yes, you can.
So this is unfortunately how she found out about the death of PNB while being in the interrogation room. I guess people are texting her like, yo, sorry for your loss. And she's like, wait, he died? And they unfortunately tell her, yeah, he died.
She appears to be in shock.
I'm very sorry. Do you have people out here that's going to be by your side?
He was alright.
But as cops continue their questions, they soon learn from Stephanie herself someone in the restaurant that day seemed suspicious after spotting PNB's bling.
How did they know you guys were in there? Besides the posting of anything.
Felt like he got set up.
Before long, the deputy DA confirms their investigation shows PNB was set up, and Stephanie's post had nothing to do with it.
In that photograph was only the food. There wasn't an arm or jewelry or any type of wearable items, nothing.
Now, Deputy DA, don't be facetious here. Let me tell you this. If somebody wants to get you, they're gonna follow your girl. They know most times your girl is out with you. You get what I'm saying? Now, a very narcissistic woman is gonna think, oh no, this guy, he just think I'm hot. No. He's trying to track your man. Right? Like any easy, like when sometimes rappers, I know rappers that don't post, but they're fucking with this girl or that girl or this other girl. And when those people post that they're backstage of somewhere or they're post that they're at certain clubs, you be like, oh, you with that nigga. Like, you kind of know what it is, right? So this whole thing talking about, oh, she posted the location, but nobody knew he was there. Is like, she's his fiance, his baby mother. What do you think him posting that does?
Valuable on the post, that could not have given enough time to orchestrate a plan.
Instead, it all started with a man named Tremont Jones. Does anybody know who they are when they walk in?
Immediately, Tremont Jones, the gentleman who was sitting right inside the door that fist bumped PNB Rock, knew who he was. Tremont Jones loiters at the Roscoe's. That's just his hangout spot.
Detectives soon gathered hours of surveillance video that pieces together exactly what happened in the minutes leading up to PNB's murder and after. From the moment Tremont walks outside, he alerts another man named Freddie Trone to come to Roscoe's. Prosecutors say they acted like two old-school gangsters. So how is it that Tremont Jones tells Freddie Trone who and what is going on?
The information was relayed, who and what, and the opportunity to get maybe $500,000 is sitting inside this restaurant.
It wasn't the first time PNB was targeted in LA. He talked about it with podcaster DJ Akademiks over a week before.
Y'all be knowing I'm in these things.
Or the Roscoe shooting.
Bro, somebody tried me on Fairfax, like mid-pandemic.
Is gangsters out there on Fairfax?
LA is like they bold.
At Roscoe's, surveillance cameras record Freddie Trone arriving in the parking lot. He chats with Jones.
They're speaking, and at this point is where
I think this is him in the white.
My position is that the conspiracy was triggered.
Trone leaves, but quickly returns with his own 17-year-old son.
The son is dropped off. He exits the rear driver's side, and he has a full face covering and this very distinctive purple Fruity Pebbles shirt.
Cops say Tremont Jones stays outside as the teen brushes past him.
Once he's inside, Tremont Jones knows plan is in action. And at that point, we're seconds away from seeing a muzzle flash captured inside a very grainy camera inside Roscoe's.
Oh, that's when the shot got fired. Okay. Oh, so it looked like he did reach. I think he reached for the jewelry, too.
Stephanie recounts the horrifying minute-by-minute details when the 17-year-old approaches them.
As soon as he walked in, he pointed the gun at his stomach. He said, give me all that, or I'll shoot you right now. And he just started shooting him. He took his rings off, necklaces off, took his 2 watches off, and he made me take my watch off. He said, "Give me that right now, I swear."
That's the part of it that told me, I was like, hey, again, I want no hate towards this woman. She's actually a victim in this. She deserves all the apologies for people thinking that she set this up. But remember when she said, "Oh, I told him don't wear all that jewelry"? Well, you got your watch on and shit like that. You got jewelry on. Because they robbed you too. They ain't like they just robbed him and you came there bare with no jewelry. You had on jewelry too. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Whatever.
God, I shoot you in the head. It's so scary.
Before he flees, the teenage gunman can be seen snatching diamond jewelry from PNB's body. Prosecutors say the gunman's dad, Freddie Trone, was outside in a waiting car and all the suspects made a quick getaway. Rapper PNB Rock was only 30 years old when he was shot to death during a robbery. We continue now with our exclusive investigation into his murder. In Philadelphia, fans of rapper PNB Rock gather in the neighborhood where he grew up, dancing to his music and celebrating his life.
We got the whole city mad, they know we did it, we standing on murder business.
And Los Angeles police are on the trail of his killers. This surveillance video shows Freddie Trone and his teenage son walking near their apartment minutes after the shooting. The son has changed clothes and not long after tosses a bag into a dumpster. You think they threw away their clothes that would have all sorts of incriminating evidence?
As far as the shooter, yes.
Early the next morning, cops say Freddie Trone leaves the apartment and torches the getaway car. The same car seen picking up the hitman at Roscoe's.
So the car is the Buick Enclave. He sets it on fire blocks away from his residence and walks back home.
Investigators learn the car is registered to Freddie's wife, Chantel Trone. Soon, Chantel and the suspected 17-year-old son and gunman are arrested.
She got tatted on her face, Miss Trone. Sounds like an upstanding citizen to me. Did she get prosecuted?
Enclave. He sets it on fire blocks away from his residence and walks back home.
Investigators learn the car is registered to Freddie's wife, Chantel Trone. Soon, Chantel and the suspected 17-year-old son and gunman are arrested. But Freddie Trone is nowhere to be found.
The block is hot. Of course, he's wanted now. His face is now on internet beside PNB Rock.
Freddie flees to Las Vegas. The DA says his girlfriend, Wynesha Evans, drives him out of town.
So that's where I call her side chick, but Miss Evans rents a vehicle.
Wait, what? So this is his side chick, and then this is his wife? Well, that boy do know how to pick him, huh? Hold on.
Investigators learn the car is registered to Freddie's wife, Chantel Trone.
Okay, so the wife is Chantel Trone.
Chantel and the suspected 17-year-old son.
And this is her mugshot, I guess.
Son and gunman are arrested. But Freddie Trone is nowhere to be found.
The block is hot.
Wait, hold on.
Arrested. Chantel and the suspected 17-year-old son and gunman are arrested. But Freddie...
Okay, so they locked up the mom and the son. Freddie gets out. He goes to Las Vegas.
Trone is nowhere to be found.
The block is hot. Of course, he's wanted now. His face is now on internet beside PNB Rock.
Freddie flees to Las Vegas. The DA says his girlfriend, Wynesha Evans, drives him out of town.
So that...
Damn, the side chick drives him out of town.
That's where I call her side chick, but Miss Evans rents a vehicle and she drives him to Nevada.
But before long, Trone is captured. LAPD homicide investigators head to Vegas and grill him as heard in this exclusive interrogation audio.
He goes by PNB Rock. This is the case that we're investigating right now.
That's really unfortunate. God bless that young man. So
Freddie denies he and his wife are involved in the Roscoe's murder.
If y'all figured this guy, my son did it, why he ain't hurt?
You're in here for murder, for 187.
But cops can pin Freddie, his son, and others to the heist and murder through the hours of surveillance footage. Tremont Jones, his wife and girlfriend, along with his juvenile son.
So let's go down what the charges would be. So we all know this is conspiracy for murder. This is the dad. Also, you get the murder charge as well, because without you, it don't happen. Tremont Jones, definitely conspiracy. He's the guy who gave the drop up, but you get the murder charge as well. Now, we don't know if the wife was involved that much, but apparently it was her car, and apparently she also tried to, she's definitely getting an aiding and abetting charge, which I would imagine maybe some accessory to the crime. But if they called her a bunch of times trying to get the son there, she might be in on the conspiracy. This is gonna be accessory to murder right here, 100%, right? Or an aiding and abetting charge, and then the juvenile gunman gets murder and conspiracy, gets every charge that these two would get, right? It sounds like pretty much what they would do.
All face charges.
One thing that Freddie Trone said on the stand that I really highlighted is he himself said his son was dangerous.
In a Los Angeles courtroom, Freddie Trone is convicted of murder and robbery. Tremont Jones is found guilty of robbery and conspiracy to commit robbery.
So the DA didn't overcharge. They could have, though, right? They could have. They could have charged this guy with murder, but it was probably likely that he could either beat it. They could have overcharged him and tried to get him to get a plea. The reason why the murder charge for him wouldn't stick is that even though he gave the location up, he didn't give he gave the location with the idea in mind that they were gonna just try to rob him. Now, obviously, robberies turn to murders, but it's just harder to prove that he was aware of the murder or the possibility of murder. Because of him giving the location. So that's why they probably didn't give him the murder charge. But he got 12 years anyway.
Guilty of robbery and conspiracy to commit robbery. Freddie's wife, Chantel Trone, pleaded no contest to accessory after the fact.
Okay, so all right, so we kind of got it. We kind of got everything. So she got accessory after the fact. She didn't get the murder because, again, she had no idea before.
And Wynesha Evans pleaded guilty to accessory after the fact.
Okay, accessory. Both of them got accessory. Okay, it's kind of like aiding and abetting.
Did you ever find the jewelry?
No.
Did you find the murder weapon?
No.
Wow, so you got a conviction without a murder weapon.
No murder weapon, no property recovered, nothing.
Justice was served, but with little comfort to PNB Rock's family and his fiancée, Stephanie, who called him their shining light. When we come back, PNB Rock's mother reacts to the verdict, plus the latest on the 17-year-old accused of pulling the trigger. While justice has been served for 4 of the 5 people involved in PNB Rock's murder, the alleged gunman, who was 17 at the time of the killing, is being held in a juvenile facility after a judge ruled that he is not competent to stand.
Oh, yeah, so he didn't get time. They're saying he's not competent to stand trial. What the fuck?
Trial. PNB Rock's heartbroken mother, Deanna Allen, spoke outside of court shortly after Freddie Lee Trone was convicted of her son's murder.
We are just very happy that we're getting justice because Rakim is solely and sorely missed by his family and especially the young people in my family. Like my younger nieces and nephews, they really are devastated and they looked up to him so much as a hero to the family. And now that he's gone, they're so sad they don't know what to do.
That's it for today's.
Interested, man. A lot of these, murders, once we kind of get into the nitty-gritty of it, and this is why the trial and the police work and the detectives that are involved in use so many surveillance cameras, they're going to go with warrants to get your phone messages, to get your Instagram messages, everything you do, no matter if you try to delete it. It kind of gives us an understanding. Yeah, this story comes down to this. PNB Rock, who probably was moving around LA in not a celebrity capacity. He was moving around like a regular guy, but it wasn't a regular guy that was broke. He was a guy who, number one, came from Philly. And that is also like sometimes that's a Trojan horse sometimes, where you come from a place where you're like, yo, I know how, nigga, I really was in the trenches of Philly. I know how real niggas give it up. So when you go out somewhere else, you're not thinking, oh, I'm a rich rapper that is now seen as sheep, that's now seen as food. I'm a real street nigga. Niggas going, shit, I used to be them. I used to rob niggas. I used to whatever. So, shit, I know how to move this and third, and also, a wolf gonna respect a wolf. To a broke ass nigga, ain't no wolf got $500,000 in jewelry. You get what I'm saying? So him having that gun became inconsequential, right? And I'm pretty sure he was moving around. I'm pretty sure he went to mad little spots to eat brunch, lunch, dinner, and nobody bothered them, right? He was moving around with his girl, no security. He was moving around with his girl at spots that other people frequent. And clearly, probably wasn't scared of the people because he was there. He was out there with people. And this, unfortunately, is one of those situations. I keep saying about most of the deaths we cover, even like the Pop Smoke situation, we could Monday morning quarterback it, right? And be like, oh, well, we could avoid it this way. But then you get to realize these are like almost like divine lining up of things, right? Yo, he goes into a random spot. I'm pretty sure he's gone into mad random places to eat, and he's gotten universally love. The most they might say, because this happens to me all the time, like somebody sees you, and they might not even be that big of a fan of you, but like they know somebody who fuck with you. You know how many times they be like, yo, my brother watch you all the time. They make a call. They just want to put you on FaceTime with their family. Now, that could be just like some good positive love. Hey, what's up, bro? I appreciate you watching me this and third. You never know. That could have been shit. Now that's in a group chat. Niggas are like, nigga, I'm like 2 blocks away. That nigga got on 2 Cubans? Yo, I'm about to go rob that nigga. So again, there's a part of this that everybody likes to act like, oh, I would never be in that situation. But part of living life is these unexpected, just random events that could turn violent, right? Or could turn deadly. And that's what that was. You have a nigga who's a loiterer. I don't even think that guy was probably a hater. That guy was probably just broke. Oh, shit. Damn, that nigga, like, he probably don't see that many celebrities come down there. And here's the thing, too. PNB Rock is from Philly, but he was out in LA and moving around in LA for the last, 2 years. Remember, he did an interview with me. He was talking about, he was in a very interesting place when it came to his career. To that dude there, is an older dude, they're not looking at PNB Rock as, oh, you from out here now. They're looking at him, oh, he out of town. PNB Rock been moving around for 2 years out there. So he's looking at like, nigga, I'm chilling, right? To that dude, he's like, oh, this nigga's out of town with this girl, no security, at the spot that we ain't never, and I be here like, I don't never see him at. Oh, he's lacking. PNB is probably thinking, nigga, I got my gun on me. Man, nigga, I've been out here. I seen how these niggas kind of move. I'm good. Now, I don't know if it was said in this or maybe we missed it, but apparently it took about 40 minutes to get food. And if you're wondering why so much was able to happen, they get seated and they order some food. It takes 40 minutes for the food to even get there, right? So Shorty posts the food, but that's still 40 minutes after they're just sitting there waiting. So this loiter, I don't even think he's a hater. I think he's just broke. He probably hit somebody else like, damn, whatever. Like, yo, this guy, he's just out here, no security, out of town, this and third. Dudes be like, oh, shit, you must think it's sweet. Yo, shoot, we could try to get him robbed. Again, that plan, because you remember, he meets up with Freddie. The loiter comes outside, meets up with Freddie. Freddie dips. Freddie goes to get his son. And then drops his son off 2 blocks. We're talking about 30 minutes of time right here. Like, it's taking some time for all this to happen, right? It's taken some time for all this to happen. And unfortunately, somebody said, "Yeah, not, bro. That happens." I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, you know, one of the scariest things is when you're moving around, and people notice you, and like you're just a sitting duck for mad time. Because you're obviously hoping everybody's just a fan and they're like cool. Or even if they don't like you, you're not expecting them to try to set up somebody to go kill you. You know what I'm saying? But I'll give you an example. Shit, when was it? About like a year ago, I go to Vegas, right? I go to Vegas, and of course, my liquor loving ass, I'm like, yo, fuck the hotel liquor. Even though they had us staying in a big ass suite that had liquor all over, but I'm like, from the airport, the first thing I'm getting is liquor. Let's get to the liquor store. I got to get this right. We in Vegas. Now, Vegas is set up weird. You got the Strip. We weren't going to. I'm not gonna tell you the hotel I stayed at, but if you just wanted to just go to a liquor store, it was like 3 blocks away from like that one of those big casinos, but it's like in the hood. Like you could tell, like, what the fuck? Did y'all just stop spending money right there? Like you could tell when the money stops in Vegas. That's any casino city. If you've been to Atlantic cities, you know what I'm talking about too. Casinos look amazing. 4 blocks from the casino look like you're in hell. So anyway, that's where the liquor store is at. We get there. We sent somebody to go get the liquor. All right, cool. They go get the liquor, but I'm in the car. And I think it was we got a rental, so we fishbowling, so people can see it, see whoever is in the car. So at first we just sitting outside the spot, and I see a dude. He walks around and he sees me, and he does one of these, and he kind of like just salutes me. I salute him. And I'm watching, and I'm waiting. I'm like, what's taking so long? Now, this is only like about 4 or 5 minutes at this point, right? I'm just kind of waiting, like, all right, you're going to come out the liquor store. Come on, y'all go check into the hotel. The person's taking dumb long, right? Now, the guy who I said what up to, I see homie, and the homie, like, after he said that to me, I see him, it's like he got a call. No, actually, it looked like he made a call. I don't know what it was, but I see him on the phone. And it's one of those where I see, like, he starts pacing. And there's a corner to it. He's just pacing around. And every now and then I see him just kind of look up at the card. Now it's about 10 minutes since the person went in the liquor store. You get what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. There is a great possibility that that person was just telling somebody like, yo, you know who out here? Right? Axe right here. He chilling right here in the hood. He's just lacking like a motherfucker. He right here. But I'm going to be honest with you. Every energy that nigga was saying was like, yo, come here now. Nigga, I was with security too, but in my security city, we just said, yo, fuck that person in the store. Spin the block, nigga. We out of here. We told that motherfucker to meet us. Yeah, but like, it's one of those things where, again, you don't know either or, right? You don't know, shit, it could have been love, it could have been whatever. But it's the same with PNB Rock, right? So he's sitting there for 40 minutes with his girl, right? I guarantee you, bro, when a nigga be going out, he's doing it for his shorty, bro. Like, he's trying to appease her. She been bitching at him. You don't take me nowhere. You cheated on me with this bitch. Like, yo, you hiding me. So, all right, cool. Let's go somewhere. He's sitting there for 40 minutes, and this plan that is to rob him eventually takes place, and he's still sitting at the same spot, right? Probably like a few minutes after he got his food, right? And unfortunately, kind of turned out the way it did, man. Rest in peace of PNB Rock. Also, my prayers go out to his girl. This is his girl right here. She's been posting on the gram recently. Let me see what she's been posting. Oh, she posted. Yeah, I can imagine she's still going through, man. Yeah, she posted this recently. Yeah. Yeah, they were heavy. See, this says Beverly Hills, California. They were heavy in LA. I think this is their she says happy 3 months. Oh no, this isn't 2020. Oh, this is their newborn. This is their newborn right here. Yeah, very sad. Very, very sad.
So PNB Rock tragically passed away, you feel me? And a bunch of new information about his passing has recently came out. And the first thing I want to say is I hope the baby mother, everyone sends her apology who said that it was her fault. But what Axe said was 100% right. Stop posting locations when you feel me, you know there'd be people out to get you. People are broke in this world, man. You can't be going out like he probably had $200,000+ worth of jewelry on, like all his chains, watches. They said he pulled up in a Rolls Royce. Like, I don't understand why people think they're untouchable, like they're a regular person. He thinks, oh, because I'm with my girl, oh, nothing could go wrong. Like, man, just stop. Secondly, like RIP PNB Rock, but bro, you should have never, like, everyone out here talking about this Roscoe's, they say it's in the hood. You drive your Rolls Royce to a hood with all your jewelry on to go inside the store, just you and your girl. You got a strap on you, but let's keep it a being about a strap, bro. Like, unless it's out, like you have it already out and ready to use. If you got it tucked in, bro, and someone runs up on you, they already got the strap in your face. Your girl's right there. You can't seem like your pussy, bro. So you're not gonna give any of your jewelry up. No, bro. Like, hey, said they shot him like 3 times in the chest. Like, could have went anywhere else. You could have ordered the food. I don't know, bro. Like, this is the one of the main reasons why being a celebrity, bro, is hard. RIP PNB Rock, though. Hopefully you're in a better place. Yeah. Let me know how you guys feel about the whole situation. It's your boy Big Act News. Make sure you like and subscribe. And